Welcome to the XFO Intelligence Podcast, where we explore the deeper currents shaping our financial future. I'm your host, and today we're diving into something that transcends typical market analysis, something that connects us to thousands of years of human wisdom while addressing the uncertainties of 2026 and beyond. We're talking about gold, but not in the way you might expect. Yes, gold has delivered exceptional returns, over 60% in 2025, with more than 50 all-time highs. Those numbers are impressive. But today, I want you to think beyond the charts, beyond the percentage gains, even beyond the economic scenarios that analysts love to debate. I want you to consider gold as what it truly is: a physical bridge between generations that transcends the fragility of human systems. Think about this for a moment. A gold coin minted during the Roman Empire, nearly 2,000 years ago, remains physically identical to one produced today, unchanged, indestructible. While empires have risen and fallen, currencies have collapsed, and entire civilizations have disappeared into history books, that gold remains exactly the same. This isn't just poetic. It's profoundly practical for families thinking beyond their own lifetimes. We live in unprecedented times. The Gold Outlook 2026 report identifies scenarios ranging from modest growth to severe global downturn to accelerated reflation. These aren't just academic exercises. They represent dramatically different futures for conventional assets. But here's what's fascinating. Gold creates optionality during uncertainty in ways that no other asset can match. Even central banks understand this intuitively. Emerging market central banks continue accumulating gold despite high prices. They're not speculating on price movements. They're buying insurance against systemic failure. They recognize something profound. Gold exists outside human systems. When banks fail, and they do fail, gold remains. When currencies collapse, and they do collapse, gold remains. When institutions falter, and they do falter, gold remains. But here's where it gets interesting for families. There's a paradox in modern gold markets that reveals something crucial about legacy planning. In India alone, over 200 tons of gold jewelry has been pledged as collateral for loans. This temporarily removes gold from the market, precisely when its safe haven properties are most valuable. This creates a profound insight. Gold's legacy value depends on its freedom. When gold becomes collateral within the financial system, it partially surrenders its independence. When it remains outside the system, physically held, unencumbered, it maintains its full power as a legacy asset. Think about what this means for your family's future. When you pass gold between generations, you're not just transferring wealth, you're transferring resilience. You're making a covenant that your family will endure beyond any single generation's lifetime, regardless of what happens to the systems we currently depend on. This covenant has three dimensions that no financial model can fully capture. First, continuity. Gold ensures that family resources survive systemic disruptions that could otherwise erase generations of accumulated wealth in a single event. During the 20th century alone, think about this. Multiple currency collapses, banking crises, and geopolitical upheavals wiped out paper wealth, while gold preserved purchasing power. Second, dignity. Gold preserves the ability of future generations to make choices without complete dependency on potentially failing systems. It guarantees that your descendants will never be entirely powerless in the face of institutional collapse. Third, memory. Gold carries stories. A gold piece passed between generations becomes a physical embodiment of family history, carrying emotional resonance that transcends its monetary value. This tangible connection between past and future creates a form of immortality for family identity. Now, I want you to pause and really think about this. In our digital age, where wealth increasingly exists as numbers on screens, dependent on electrical grids, internet connections, and financial institutions, gold offers something radically different. It offers independence. For families considering gold's role in their 2026 strategy, several principles emerge. Distinguish between tactical and strategic holdings. Short-term price movements matter for trading, but legacy gold should be viewed through the lens of multi-generational preservation. Prioritize physical ownership. For legacy purposes, direct physical ownership stored across multiple secure jurisdictions provides maximum protection against systemic risks. And, perhaps most importantly, create ritual around transfer. The physical transfer of gold between generations creates powerful moments for transmitting family values alongside wealth. As we navigate the uncertainty ahead, gold's deepest meaning becomes clear. It transforms the abstract concept of legacy into something physical, indestructible, and independent of all human systems. Gold answers a fundamental human question. What can I leave my descendants that will truly endure, regardless of what happens to banks, governments, currencies, or technology? The answer is gold, not because it guarantees the highest returns, but because it represents the only form of wealth that has survived every monetary system, government, and civilization that humanity has created. In a world where shocks and surprises are increasingly the norm, gold's capacity to provide true diversification and downside protection makes it particularly valuable for families seeking to preserve wealth across generations. So I challenge you. Think deeply about what true legacy means. Think about the difference between wealth that exists at the mercy of systems and wealth that exists independent of those systems. Think about what you want to pass to your children and grandchildren, not just in terms of monetary value, but in terms of resilience, dignity, and freedom. This is the conversation our world needs to have as we face an uncertain future. This is why gold matters not just as an investment, but as a covenant with generations yet to come. If this perspective resonated with you, I encourage you to like this episode, share it with others who are thinking seriously about family legacy, and subscribe to the XFO Intelligence Podcast for more deep analysis that goes beyond surface-level financial commentary. Until next time, keep thinking deeply about the forces shaping our world. Brief disclaimer. This podcast is for informational and educational purposes only and does not constitute financial advice. Gold investments carry risks, including price volatility and storage considerations. Past performance does not guarantee future results. Please consult with qualified financial professionals before making investment decisions. The views expressed are those of XFO Intelligence and do not necessarily reflect the views of any affiliated organizations.